Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now.
I've gotten to see so many more shows than I normally would because of how quickly and easily I can get tickets through Today Tix. Today Tix has amazing prices for some of the best theater I've ever seen. They also have a huge cyber sale coming November 18th with savings of up to 50% off. See that show you've always wanted to see or discover something new that you'll love just as much for even less. Go to todaytix.com/comedytix and use promo code ComedyTix to get $10 off your first Today Tix purchase. That's promo code ComedyTix at todaytix.com/comedytix for an additional $10 off your first ticket purchase.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
I'm Vanessa Zoltan, and I host a podcast called The Real Question. We just launched a new season of the show where I talk people through questions of quitting their jobs, their relationships. And this week on the podcast...
Well, I am thinking about quitting Texas. There's a Confederate monument on our cute downtown square. There is such a long list of things in Texas culture that will get you ostracized in one way or another. How do I get my kids raised in an environment that is not that?
Should I Quit is the latest season of The Real Question. To find this episode, search The Real Question wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
I'm capable of remembering what happened yesterday.
But do you remember?
I remember that it was a capable chapter.
It was
maybe a very capable chapter?
No, it wasn't very capable.
It was just a capable chapter?
It was mediocre, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
It was about gatekeepers.
I'm capable of forgetting it.
Mm.
Are you capable of forgetting it?
Already done.
Already done?
Already done.
Okay.
Already done forgot that shit.
So that was first chapter. I'm sorry, not first chapters.
Nope.
No, First Chronicles.
Yes.
First Chronicles chapter 26.
Yes, indeed.
And today we're going to be reading
First Chronicles chapter 27 by the motherfucking chronicler.
Let's do this shit.
Okay. Okay, First Chronicles chapter 27.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me when I went, okay. We forgot to look
I forgot to put the link. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put the link in yesterday's episode and I'm going to put it in this episode. Don't let me forget.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
I totally forgot.
Okay. It's the Earth
So I got to put it in
ending.
both.
Yeah. Well, we got to remember to find it.
Right. I got to find it first.
Right.
That's the first step.
Yeah. I'll find it.
I mean, I can probably find it too.
Fine, you find it.
No, you can find it.
Whatever.
We'll both find it.
You will always find it faster than me, and I hate that.
It's because I'm very capable at finding things.
Oh my god. Is that going to be a thing now? Like for
I
the
mean,
rest
only
of our
for
lives?
like a week, maybe.
I'll
let it go after a week.
That's too long.
Too long?
Yes,
You
please,
think?
no. And that's what she said. Sorry. It was like a phrase had already passed, but I was like, no, I can't let that go.
Right, yeah, I got it.
I had to pull it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, back to the Bible.
Yeah, back to the Bible.
This
This.
is the list of Israelite generals and captains.
Fucking hell. Fuck these lists.
And their officers who served the king by supervising the army divisions that were on duty each month of the year.
They didn't take any months off.
No months off.
0 months off.
No vacay.
They had army all the time.
No staycations.
Got it. Okay. 100%
All
covered.
work, no play. They were damn dull boys.
Right? Yeah.
Each division served for 1 month and had 24,000 troops.
Damn, that's nice. You serve for 1 month and you get like 11
The
months
whole
off.
rest of the
That's
year?
fucking. I want that job.
I want that job.
Shit, I'll serve.
Yeah.
Where do I
Every
sign
day-
up?
Every day for a month.
They're good benefits? Do they pay well?
Right? 30. Wait, is it a 30 or a 31 day month?
I don't care.
Right?
Like,
I'll do the 31.
I'll do the 31. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? If I had to work every day for 31 days, I would be exhausted as fuck, but I would work really well. Like,
Yeah,
I would
right?
work hard because I would know I get 11 months off.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking vacation and a
amazing.
half. Oh my God.
Right.
That's amazing. Oh, I'm just thinking about like all the
They
shit.
probably didn't get paid shit though.
I know.
They probably had to take a month out of.
They probably didn't get paid at all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They probably had to take a month out of making their own crops work and all that kind of stuff in order to do this.
Yeah.
And so they actually lost money doing it. Would be
Probably.
my guess.
Probably.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
But if there was a job
Yeah.
that was like, hey, you work a month
If y'all
and
want
we'll give you
to
the rest of the year off.
pay me,
Like, I will bust my fucking ass for you, man.
I will
like, I
too.
will kill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do whatever. Well, within reason.
I was about to say, like, I know you have a line.
I have a line. Yeah, there is a line.
I mean, but honestly, is there like
I mean, the line, gets a
moves
little.
depending on, like, we're all
Right.
prostitutes. It just depends on what the price is. That's
But
the
I
only
mean,
question.
11 months off. It would have. I mean, it's not like a massive movement of that line. It's a slight movement of the line.
Right? But what if
But
it was great pay
If it was, I
and...
mean, then the line moves a little. I mean, the line just keeps going whatever way it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you where the line is. You tell me how much I'm making, and we'll see where that line falls.
I mean, at least we're honest, right?
Right.
Jashabim, son of Zabdiel, was commander of the 1st Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the first month.
Okay.
He was a descendant of Perez and was in charge of all the army officers for the first month. Oh, did I tell you this? Perez reminds me of the word president, and that reminds me of the story that I'm writing. And so, okay, you know how it's NaNoWriMo?
I do. I do
National
know
Novel Writing Month.
Okay,
for
I was going to
November.
say, yeah, make sure we explain it.
Yeah, where you have to write 50,000 words within the 30-day period of November.
Right.
So, okay, so I'm writing the story, and there was a character that I forgot to name beforehand.
Yeah.
Like before the month. And so I was just like, no, I can't stop to think of a name right now. Like, I'm just trying to plow through and get my words written.
Right,
You know,
right.
because it's 1,667 words per day you got to write in order to stay on track.
Yeah, or else somebody. Wait, no, nobody.
No, there's
nobody
no
cares.
or else. It's all, it's like the Klingons. You do it for honor.
Got
for
it.
yourself.
Yes, honor.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like a personal duty that you have. I said duty. So president, right? So I had to think of a name for the guy who leads like the Earth, like
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the story takes place on the moon,
Right.
but like there's people from the Earth that are like coming
Also
at him or
people-
whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's like a world leader person, and I couldn't think of a name real quick, so I just called him Mr. President Earthy Boss Guy Man.
I think you should totally leave that in.
I should, right?
Yeah.
That's what I just called him for now. And like there was another character, and I just called him Mr. Need a Name.
Not to detract from us reading the Bible further, but wife is like really excited this year because wife has done like kept up with everything so far.
Well, okay,
And there might even be a book at the end of this.
There might be a book at the end of this.
Not pertaining to what we do here.
I will
but-
say today is the 14th, and if I can write 700 more words today before I go to bed, then I will still be on track.
Got it.
Because I was behind a little bit yesterday. So today I had to write the rest of yesterday's words plus today's words. So
Got it.
I'm 700 words short today.
Got it.
But still, that's amazing. Almost halfway through the month.
Yeah.
I'm kicking it.
Well,
Okay,
even though her
sorry.
book has nothing to do with the Bible, we'll be
No.
sure to let you guys know if one comes out
Yeah, I mean,
at some point.
it'll be a long time.
There's a lot
from
of
now.
editing that needs to be done. So.
Oh my god, yeah, this is I'm calling this a zero draft or a vomit, a word vomit draft.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a real draft. It's just and then this happens and then that happens, and sometimes I'll write like a whole dialogue scene, and so that part might make it into the book.
Or it might not.
Right.
I mean,
Who fucking knows?
Whatever.
But then sometimes I'm like I'll write in all caps to alert myself that this is a note, not part of like story. And I'll say something like, where the fuck did this other character go? Or
right.
what the fuck was this other character's name? Like, I just make notes to myself throughout every time I recognize a fuck up, which is often.
Yeah. So if any of you guys are out there doing NaNoWriMo, definitely let us know. I'll pass it along to wife.
Yes, please. I love writing buddies.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. Back to the Bible.
Okay, Perez.
How many times do you think we say back to the Bible in our podcast? Is it like a thing? It could be like a drinking game, maybe.
That would be so fun, and I would be so fucking drunk.
I wonder, you know what? I wonder what is, like, if somebody were to make a drinking game of our podcast, what would it entail? Because, like, it's always funny to know what people perceive that you say a lot. That, like, hey, what is it you say a lot? So that we're going to make that the drinking game. Okay?
Like, I don't know what I say a lot, and maybe they would be like, oh, she says like too often.
I mean, I know I say stuff too often for sure.
You say the word so.
I do.
At the end of almost every sentence.
I do. That's just, that's definitely.
That I don't know if that's
now
Ohio.
that we pointed it out. Yeah, it probably is Ohio. I don't know.
I don't know. You're the only person that I truly notice it in. And it's one of your endearing qualities.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
Back to the Bible. He was a descendant of President Mr. Earthy Guy, Boss Man, and Perez. And was in charge of all the army officers for the first month. Dodai, a descendant of Ahoa, was commander of the 2nd Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the second
month.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're going to go down the line here?
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
Mikloth was his chief officer. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada the priest, was commander of the 3rd Division of 24,000 troops.
Okay.
Which was on duty during
the 3rd month.
Yes. This was the Benaiah who commanded David's elite military group known as...
The 3 or the 30?
The 30.
The 30.
Yeah. He commanded the 30.
I see.
Yeah.
Is this like the National Guard? Like there's like the warring people and then this is like maybe their National Guard?
Like the Homeland Security
maybe
kind of thing?
I mean, that could explain it. Like, this guy's in charge of the 30, right? So I guess they don't have an elite squad out fighting people during this month.
I guess.
Because, like...
It ain't spring.
He's not,
It ain't spring.
Right, it's not time for war.
Because you only war in spring.
Yeah, well, technically the 3rd month would be...
No,
although the times then were different.
Their year started in spring, so the 3rd month would be hard summer, probably.
Oh, okay. So they just got back, and he's like, man, I need a break. And he's like, well, do 1 month here, and then you can take a break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just one hard month of guard duty.
Right.
I know you just came back from war and all.
I mean, it's just National Guard shit. You can probably just sit there and drink or something.
You're probably going to be playing music and stuff.
Right? Yeah.
You know? It's not bad.
Yeah, just
you might, done. You know what? You're a leader. You might even be getting to count the money.
Right, yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Okay, sorry. His son, Amizabad, I couldn't tell if it was dab or bad, because remember, I can't tell my B's and my D's apart.
Right.
So his son, Amizabad, was his chief officer. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was commander of the 4th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during...
the 4th month.
The 4th month.
Yeah.
Asahel was succeeded by his son, Zebediah. Shammah, the Israelite, was commander of the 5th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during...
the 5th month.
Ira, son of Ikesh, from Tekoa. I love Tekoa. That's just fun to say.
Yeah.
Was commander of the 6th...
You got it.
Did I say it?
You did all right. You did
the
all right.
6th...
Yeah. Don't try it again.
No.
You just...
No. Okay. He was commander of Division 6 of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during...
the 6th month.
Yes. Helez, a descendant of Ephraim from Pelon, was commander of the 7th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the 7th month.
It's almost like you understand this.
I mean, it's almost like they were say 7th Division, and then they say 7th month, and then they say 8th Division, and 8th month,
It's almost
and then
like
9th Division. I don't even have to really fucking pay attention.
It's almost like the chronicler thought he was all clever chronicling.
I think the chronicler should have just skipped.
I'm just like, chronicler, did you have to get out your abacus? Did you do counting? Ooh, you count big, chronicler.
Yeah.
Sibbecai, a descendant of Zerah from Hushah, was commander of the 8th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the 8th month.
Abizer from Anathoth in the territory of Benjamin was commander of the 9th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the 9th month.
They just had a baby.
Wait, what?
9 months.
Yeah. Somebody had a baby.
I'm just saying, like, they've
That's
done
been
it
9
for
months,
the...
Yeah.
Okay. Maharai, a descendant of Zerah from Netopha, was commander of the 10th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the 10th month.
Benaiah from Pirathon was in Ephraim, was commander of the 11th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the 11th month.
Okay. Heled, a descendant of Othniel from Netopha, was commander of the 12th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during
the 12th month.
Yes. Okay. You would think that would be the end of the chapter,
you would
but
think.
No.
Right.
It's not, because the following were the tribes of Israel and their leaders.
Seriously? Jesus Christ.
Tribe leader, Reuben Eliezer, son
fuck.
of Zikri, Simon, Shephatiah, son of Makah, Levi, Heshabiah, son of Kemuel, Aaron, the priest, Zadok, Judah, Elihu, a brother of David, Issachar, Omri, son of Michael, Zebulon, Ishmaiah, son of Obadiah.
It's like my brain is a steel ball, and like words are bouncing off of it at the moment.
Well, at least they're going in. They ain't even going in my ball.
No, they're bouncing off of it, you see.
Oh.
They're not even going in. They're just bouncing off.
Okay, got it. I thought they were like in there bouncing around.
No, like tinfoil wasn't enough. It was steel. Like it has steel now. It's just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, chronicler.
I hate him.
You write too much.
I hope he sat on a tack.
They didn't
I
have
hope
tacks back then.
all of his tires were
I
flat.
think they might have had some rusty nails.
Do you think he had flat tires on his little
I think they
horse
had wooden
cart?
tiles, tires, wheels.
Tires and wheels.
They didn't have tires back then, so
okay. So
rubber had not yet been invented.
I hope a splinter got in his
of.
booty.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
He could have a splinter.
Okay.
They had splinters back then.
I'm sure, yeah, he might have got a splinter.
I hope he had a splinter.
Okay.
Naphtali, Jeremoth, son of Azriel, Ephraim, Hoshea, son of Azaziah, Manasseh, west, Joel, son of Pedaiah, Manasseh and Gilead, east, Iddo, son of Zechariah, Benjamin, Jasiel, son of Abner, Dan, Azarel, son of Jehoram.
Mm-hmm.
These were the leaders of the tribes of Israel.
Yay!
Wah, wah, wah. When David took his census, he did not count those who were younger than 20 years of age, because the Lord had promised to make the Israelites as numerous as the stars in heaven.
What does it have to do with why he counted them or not?
But you know what? I don't give a fuck why, because there's no way that God, who is omnipotent, would say such an asinine thing.
Right.
You can't make the Israelites or anybody on this planet as numerous as the stars in heaven. And God would know that.
Well, and they act like this is proof that there were this many of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you guys, do you even know how many people are going to be around when we're still reading this stupid book like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years later?
Exactly.
Yeah, it puts you guys to shame.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were thinking, yeah, we're all that. And we're like, no, not quite. We have billions.
Yeah.
So piss off with
it's almost like it's almost
hundreds
like your
of thousands
God
or millions or whatever you have.
Your God was dumb or didn't exist.
Right.
And if
it's almost like that.
It's almost like you guys were dumb and then you made up a god, and because you made him up, he was as dumb as you are.
That's probably pretty close to the yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we should not call it. Maybe we shouldn't call him dumb. Maybe it'd just be simple. You know.
Okay.
They didn't have understanding of science. They didn't have understanding of a lot of things.
But this god was dumb. I won't call the people dumb, but the god was dumb.
But do you think, in context of the time, that the god was dumb?
The god literally told them, "I'm gonna make your people as infinite as the stars in heaven."
Right, but
why would he say such a fucking stupid thing?
I don't have the answer to
He
that.
He could say, "I'm going to multiply you times," and then pick a big number.
Right.
You know?
Could, but then, math would be like, how do you get to that number?
I'm just saying, to say, "I'm basically going to make y'all infinite." Right. That's stupid. Right. That's asinine.
Yeah, yeah.
And it shows that God really had no idea how many stars were up there. So therefore, he's not omnipotent and all-knowing.
Right, right.
So fuck off.
Yeah.
Not you, this time.
Right.
I mean, sometimes fuck off, but not that time.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Joab, son of...
Hold on, real quick. Just so you know.
Okay.
Roughly, every beach contains roughly 5,000 billion... Wait, no, I'm sorry. 5 sextillion grains of sand.
Damn.
Yeah, we aren't even anywhere near that for population now.
Right.
Like nowhere near.
Like we almost...
That's for each grain of sand in a beach.
And you can't even really grasp what a sextillion is.
Right.
Because honestly, we're comfortable saying million, but you can't really grasp what a million is.
Mm-mm.
It's too big. It's too many.
Right.
We're comfortable throwing the word around as though, yeah, a million, a million.
Right.
But can you literally picture what a million pennies looks like? No, you cannot.
Right.
I can't picture what a million pennies looks like. Can you picture what a million people looks like? No, I cannot do that. I cannot make that image appear in my head and be like, yeah, that's probably a million.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
If you showed me a pile of rocks, I would not be able to tell you if there were many 100,000, about a million, or a quintillion.
Right.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people could.
But just, a beach has way more than there is even population today.
Yeah, so fuck off.
Right.
Joab, son of Zeruiah, began the census, but never finished it because the anger of God fell on Israel.
Yeah.
That whole plague and shit.
Right.
The total number was never recorded in King David's official records. That's not true.
Yeah, I thought they had the numbers.
They did have the numbers.
Right. They missed... Yeah.
Yeah, they did have the numbers. You're a liar, chronicler.
Right? Even the chronicler wrote the numbers, I thought.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really shitty.
Uh-huh.
Dude, you were writing this whole thing and you didn't chronicler very well.
Asmaveth, son of Adil, was in charge of the palace treasuries. Jonathan, son of Uzziah, was in charge of the regional treasuries throughout the towns, villages, and fortresses of Israel. Ezri, son of Caleb, was in charge of the field workers who farmed the king's land. Shammai from Ramah was in charge of the king's vineyards. Zabdi from Japham was responsible for the grapes and the supplies of wine. I want that job.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Baal-Hanan from Geder was in charge of the king's olive groves and sycamore fig trees in the foothills of Judah. Joash was responsible for the supplies of olive oil. Shitrai from Sharon was in charge of the cattle on the Sharon plain. Shaphat, son of Adlai, was responsible for the cattle in the valleys. Obil...
What about the cattle on the hills, though?
He wasn't in charge of those.
He wasn't, okay.
Only the valley ones.
Got it, yeah.
Abil, the Ishmaelite, was in charge of the camels, whether they were in valleys or hills. Jediah from Maranoth was in charge of the donkeys. All of them.
Oh, that's an ass job.
Nah. Okay, dad joke. Jaziz the Hagrite was in charge of the king's flocks of sheep and goats. All these officials were overseers of King David's property.
That's awesome.
Hey, Jonathan, David's uncle, was a wise counselor to the king, a man of great insight and a scribe. Jehiel, the Hakmonite, was responsible for teaching the king's sons. Ahithophel was the royal advisor. Hushai, the Archite, was the king's friend. That was his job.
Oh, okay. All right.
Would you ever hire somebody to be your friend?
No.
You know what? I would rather be friendless than to pay somebody to be my friend.
That's just like, that's horrible.
Yeah. Like, no thanks. I enjoy the sound of silence, my
Right,
guy.
yeah.
Ahithophel was succeeded by Jehoiada, son of Benaiah, and by Abiathar. And Joab was commander of the king's army. The end.
Okay.
Do you feel enlightened for having learned all of that?
I feel like this is completely pointless.
It is.
Like, why do we need to know all this shit? We just don't.
We don't. But the chronicler found it very important that we know it.
Yeah, but like we already know a lot of this stuff from the last time it was read.
All the first kings and second
yeah, I mean,
kings.
yes, there is some new information here, but like the information that he's sharing is so it's just not needed.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares, man?
It's kind of like when I am writing in my planner and I'm jotting down stuff like, I don't know, like how many pens I have.
Right.
And
yeah, that would...
like as though I think that's important.
Right.
It's not. And I wouldn't.
I mean, we've talked about it before. Like, they are very big on, lineage, and they are very big on like the amount of people that do things is very important to them. It's very important to them.
Right.
Like they love to count how many people they have.
They love counting.
Yeah, I think they were just really impressed with counting.
Yeah.
That's what it had to be.
My ex loved songs that had counting in them.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, you know that one song that goes one time, two times. You know, like that?
No, I don't know what song that is.
Okay.
But I take your word that there is a song that has a one time, and a two time.
Yeah, it's hold on, let me think about it. It's na 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 na.
Are you just gonna come to something
na,
here?
Na na na. Killing Me Softly.
Okay.
With Your Love, you know?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. But the most recent version of that, which I think was like 90s or some shit.
Okay.
They have a guy who says one time, two times, and it like echoes. Like,
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And he loved that song, and there was a couple of other songs that
they counted.
They count. He loves songs that count.
Did he love Count Dracula and Sesame Street? Did you ever hear that song? 5 bats hanging in my belfry. 1 bat flies in through the door. That makes 6 bats in my belfry. Wonderful! I don't recall that, but yeah. So are we done counting?
Oh yeah, we're done counting. Sorry.
So that was 1 Chronicles chapter 27.
It sure as fuck was. And then
we're
some.
We're done rambling now. So tomorrow we'll be back with
1 Chronicles chapter 28.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
I'm Vanessa Zoltan, and I host a podcast called The Real Question. We just launched a new season of the show where I talk people through questions of quitting their jobs, their relationships, and this week on the podcast...
Well, I am thinking about quitting Texas. There's a Confederate monument on our cute downtown square. There is such a long list of things in Texas culture that will get you ostracized in one way or another. How do I get my kids raised in an environment that is not that?
Should I Quit is the latest season of The Real Question. To find this episode, search The Real Question wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.